Welcome in the world of Mario. Welcome. Welcome. Did I say welcome? Welcome. First time I met Bruno the Portuguese, as we call him, of course. I mean, he's from Portugal, so you call him Portuguese. Was through a friend of his, I think, and she wrote a message on my Myspace saying, this guy Bruno wants to meet you and wants to ask you to play some drums. So we got in contact, we met a few times. Nice. So I was playing the drums, but then of course he discovered I was producing albums, especially producing albums of the Black Box Revelation, which he really loved. So we kind of like talked and sat down together, and finally we came up with this idea that I was going to play drums but also produce the album, especially the first 5 songs. I had a plan. We went to London to record it at the fantastic Konk studios, with the studio of Ray Davis, knowing from the Kings. And beforehand we did some pre-production, and we started playing together and do some pre-production, working on the songs, try to change some ideas and trade some ideas together. So I would throw some things at him and he would throw things at me, and then we came up with a final song, 6 songs when we went to London with 7. And yeah, it was great. I mean, we went over there, started recording it, and it was so nice. It was a really good atmosphere, but Bruno didn't have the same experience as he has right now, because especially now, we're 2 years later, and he grew as a musician and as a songwriter as well. So we recorded the first bit, and we ended up coming back with 5 songs finished, and it was recorded by Ben Mason at Konk, and we did the overdubs in a small studio in London. And then went over to the Garden in East London to mix the album. And then along came Mario and Bruno, and yeah, it was cool. I think Mario came first with Black Box, right? Yeah. And so we'd worked together before, and he knew the studio, and so. Yeah, it's good. We worked together a few times, and I've worked with David Poltrock recently at ITP, and because Mario and David are friends, I guess, they were kind of like, maybe they were talking about, I think when I was in the session at ITP with David, he mentioned that Mario was doing this, and he was like, oh, I think Mario wants you to do it or something. So, and then a few weeks later Mario phoned me, or Margaret phoned me and said, oh, do you want to be up for doing it? I was like, yeah, of course, yeah, it's really cool. So, yeah, it's good. I'm glad we got to do it in the studio as well, not upstairs. That's cool. It always seems to me like the more pre-production and organisation that you do before you get to the studio, like the quicker you do, and you might spend, say you have to spend some time paying for a rehearsal room or something, but then that's going to be half the price of spending an extra 2 days in the studio, like fiddling around with stuff that you should have sorted out.